Wildcat battle from here at Watson Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan is field side. Evie Stuber, Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. So getting ready for the kickoff of this one. Hilliard and Henson back deep to receive for the kickoff. Here we go. Welcome to Wildcat Sports from Z94 KZOR. So here we go, and the kickoff from the 40. It'll be a squib kick. It's going to be touched and then picked up at the 25 by one of the upmen. Gets a little seam to the 35 and to the 37-yard line where he will be brought down.
It's Tatum Hilliard.
So Tatum Hilliard got it on the bounce after it kind of almost a muff there. So Lovington football, they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Let's see what the Cats can do as we get underway here tonight. Thanks for watching live around the world on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please give us a subscription over there. We'd appreciate that. And listening here on Z94 KZOR. So they're going to say officially at the 35-yard line. Gomez is the quarterback. Comes out with trips left to right. Gomez barks it out. Low snap, but whistles sound. I think somebody moved up on the Lovington line.
Yep, somebody jumped.
So maybe that's the jitters of the big game, the big rivalry game. So now going to be hopefully out of the system. So, yep, it'll be a false start on the Wildcats. So move them back 5 yards to the 30. It'll be 1st down and 15. All right, reset. Let's try this again.
I'd like to see Lovington come out and play like there's only 2 minutes left in this game, and it's tied, and they've got to have a score.
Trips to the left, 2 to the right from the far hash mark. Cats are moving from the north to the south. From my perspective, that is right to left. Wyatt with it, plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to be flushed. Rolls right, looks back, throws it underneath, and skips it into his intended target, Adam Aguilera. He had all day long, though, and that's going to be important, Dawn, because the Eagles have got to know that the Cats are not much of a rushing team. They should always be able to bring more pressure than Lovington can counter if Coach Stevens chooses to.
Yes, and Lovington has got to realize that they've got to continue to do that, give good protection without incurring holding penalties.
So on the incompletion, it'll be 2nd down and 15 from the 30-yard line. Cats have the ball first as we get underway here this afternoon. Low snap, Wyatt handles it, 3-step drop, looks, throws to the far sideline, and that one is going to be almost picked off. A bad throw. Sorry, Don, go ahead.
It bounced on the turf. It got to blocked. Somebody got a hand up, and I couldn't see who did that. It was really quick, but one of the Hobbs Eagles put a hand up, deflected that, and then it bounced on the turf and luckily was blown dead before it was picked up.
I believe that was Blake Hensley, the senior defensive end, that might have gotten a hand on that. So now it is 3rd and 15 for the Cats. The offense not really able to get on track. Going to send trips left and 2 to the right once again. This is what they've done every single time. Hobbs going to go in man coverage, 4 men across the front. Good snap, Wyatt with it. He's going to be flushed, had some room, but instead he'll be sacked back at the 25-yard line as coming through and putting on the big hit is number 90. That's Blake Hensley again. Number 54, Andre Alvarado, also getting a hand on him. So that'll be a 5-yard sack first of the game, and it'll be punt time for the Cats. Not what they wanted on the opening offensive drive, Dawn.
Not at all, but if their special team can come through here and then their defense can hold, try to get that ball back as soon as they can, maybe even shake it loose.
So it'll be punt time for the Cats. They send a man in motion. Hitting it, Tatum will boot it away. It is a high end-over-ender, and it's going to be fielded at the 42. Little stumble across the 50 to the 45. Shaking a tackle and moving around, and finally going to be brought down. That was Zach Salciso. The sophomore wide receiver brought it back, a good return, and so Hobbs will set up in Lovington territory at about the 42, 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's a pretty good field position for them. Lovington defense has got the work cut out for them.
So call it the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 as Colton Graham will bring his squad out, the senior 5'10 quarterback. Eagles moving from the left to the right on your radio. Graham going to send twins, make that trips to the left. One to the right, single back in the backfield with him is Royal. Send a man in motion, they'll hand it off to that motion man right to left. Near sideline with some shake and bake room, and going to finally be tackled on the near side at the 25-yard line. Making that run was Caden Trevino, and so a big run for Trevino. That's 17 yards, and it's a 1st down for Hobbs.
Wow, Hobbs is moving those chains forwards, and Lovington's got to put a big stop on him.
Yes, they do, so you don't want to let them get too much momentum. Gonna say his knee went down at the 26-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Hobbs. Deep inside Lovington territory. Twins left, Twins right. Send a man in motion, that is the running back. Graham going to throw the wide receiver screen near side. Has that man, that's Baeza. He's going to cross the 25 to the 24-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard completion on the wide receiver screen from Graham to his running back, number 21, that's Baeza. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Hobbs.
Good swarm by the Lovington D right there. They really have to read these plays early and try to put the stop on Hobbs right here.
Yes, they do. 2nd down and 8 from the shotgun, and Graham the hard count. Everybody moved. Question is, did Lovington jump or did Hobbs draw him off? Lovington needs to just calm down and play this like it is any other game. So let's see if it'll be.
It's against Lovington.
Oh, they were pulled offside, so it'll be offsides on the Wildcats. Their 2nd penalty of the evening already, and move them up 5 yards. So it'll go from 2nd and about 8 to 2nd and about 3. From inside the 20, they're inside the Lovington red zone from the 19-yard line officially. Hobbs football. Deep inside Wildcat territory. No score on the board. 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Graham from the shotgun. Baez is his running back. Fake the handoff. Graham keeps it himself. Huge hole up the middle. Across the 10 to the 5. Dragging Wildcats with him. Finally going to be dragged down by Caleb Neese, but not before he gets down to the 2-yard line. A huge gain there of 17 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal for Hobbs. So 1st and goal, Hobbs Eagles knocking on the door here early. Graham hands it off around the edge and in on the sweep is Caden Trevino from 2 yards out. And just like that, the Eagles are on the board 6-0. Lovington's defense having all kinds of problems with the ground game on that possession, Dawn.
Yeah, and it's very, very quiet over here on the Lovington sideline. They know they did not execute well on offense or defense since the opening kickoff. So let's see what they can do here. They blocked a couple of PATs last weekend. Let's see.
The point after to come for the Eagles. Out of the hold of Van Landingham, the kick is up, and it will split the uprights. It is good. With 8:33 remaining in the first quarter, Hobbs up to the early 7-0 lead. We're back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Back here at Watson Stadium, the Hobbs Eagles march it right down the field and punch it in on a 2-yard score by Caden Trevino. The point after good. The kickoff, it's a high end over ender. It'll be fielded at the 20. Hilliard comes across the 25 to the 30. A little stutter step. Henson comes near side. Sorry. That looked like a 14 from up here, but you've got a much better look at it than I do. Henson gets it up to the 35, and he's slow to get up.
Down. Now he's coming up.
So he's all right.
Yeah, he's going to be able to walk it out.
Yeah, don't want to lose Tatum for any extended amount of time.
Got hit in a sensitive place.
Aha. Yeah, I can see him over there. He looks like he's not feeling too good. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line after the pretty good return by Isaac Henson. So right where they started their first drive, let's see if the Cats can figure it out here. Twins left, Twins right from the near hash mark. Single back in the backfield with Gomez is Gomez. So the law firm in to start the game. And did Hobbs jump or did Lovington? Actually, that's Perez in the backfield. I've got a new law firm, Gomez, and Perez, the backfield for the Lovington Wildcats, as we await the call from the head official there.
They're getting their heads together before they indicate.
Yeah, I think they're trying to decide if Lovington flinched and then Hobbs jumped, or if Hobbs came across the line, and they are going to say false start on the Cats. And so that'll be their third penalty, 2 false starts and an offsides. The lines have got to settle down if they're the Wildcats, Dawn.
They definitely do. They just seemed a little jumpy, a little anxious tonight. I think they want this, a lot, and they're hanging on too tight right now. They just need to relax a little bit, relax into it, keep their energy up, and go for it. Go forward.
Twins left, twins right. Again, Perez in the backfield with Gomez. Good snap for Wyatt. Fakes the handoff, throws it near side, has a man across the 35, and out near the 40-yard line. The pass is completed to Cesar Gonzalez. First time we've seen Cesar catch a pass this season.
And he broke the ice here, so with that completion, maybe Lovington offense can settle into it.
So Gonzalez going to have it up to the 40-yard line. It'll be a 10-yard completion, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. That's what the Cats needed. Yep, like you mentioned, just breaking the ice. So 2nd down and 5 after the 10-yard completion from the 41-yard line. Snap to Gomez, fakes the handoff, and Wyatt going to keep it himself. Gets past the first level to the 45, to the 50, into Eagle territory, down to the 48-yard line. A big gain. Call it 12 yards for Wyatt on the keeper, and it'll move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, and I believe that was James Moore for Hobbs that was the first to get his arms around him and get him down, but that was a great fake. It really was effective. Hobbs fell for it, and Wyatt went for it all the way.
So it'll be first down. The Cats move into Hobbs Eagle territory. Twins left, twins right. From the shotgun, Wyatt barks out the signals, fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself again. Goes up the middle, is hit at the line, gets it out, spins near side, and gets up to the 30, or rather the 45-yard line, for he is creamed by Corbin Thompson. He's going to have a couple of yards out of that one, but not much more. 2nd down and 8. So a good thought. I think if he would have just turned it back up the middle, he probably would have had a couple more yards out of that. Instead, when he got loose, he tried to bounce it to the sideline. But, hey, you'll take positive yardage. 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats, just shy of the 45-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Hilliard, the far man, right side. Henson in the slot near side. They'll throw the little slant, and that'll be incomplete as it skips in. Good coverage by Baeza on the far side, trying to get Aguilera, and it'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, that was number 2 and 23 as well. So Moore in on the coverage for the Eagles.
James Moore and Hector Armendariz also on the coverage for Hobbs. Wyatt's getting a little bit, he's got to just settle in here. So 3rd down and a long 8. 6 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Hobbs leads 7-0. 4 receiver sets. Send Gonzalez in motion from the left to the right. Wyatt with time, throws it, has a man, and in and out of Isaac Henson's hands near side. I think he's heard footsteps coming as Jesus Maganda was charging over out of his lineman spot. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and decision time for Coach G.
Yeah, and Maganda just slung him around. There was just no way for him to be able to hang on to that ball.
You don't often see a lineman, or at least a player listed as a lineman, in pass coverage, but he was that time. So
He's got some speed.
Lovington has decided to go for it. Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Empty set in the backfield. Wyatt barks out the signals. Has it now up. It'll be a pooch punt. That was actually Hilliard who's going to punt it away, and it'll bounce at the 20. It'll take a Lovington roll down to about the 11-yard line, and that's where the Hobbs Eagle defense will take over. So they got their first down, so broke the ice there, and then a nice job by Tatum to pin them back on the 10-yard line. Now it'll be time to see if the defense can settle in, Dawn.
And that's what they've got to do. They've got to hang tough here. They've really got to get settled in. You just have this feeling that they're just not quite, their heads and their feet aren't quite planted in this game yet. But, they're getting there.
So Graham and the Eagles will come back out to start their second drive, leading 7-0, 6:45 to go here in the first. Man in motion, right to left. They'll hand it off to that motion man around the near side with some room to run. Across the 15 to the 20, we've got flags everywhere, as the running back on that one was Evan Ortega. No, I'm sorry, that was number 14. That was Caden Trevino again. But we'll see what the call is going to be. He'll have the first down, but I think we got a hold.
Holding, I think it's holding in the backfield.
It will be holding on Hobbs from right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll wipe out the gain. and it'll be a 10-yard penalty, and so we'll reset it. Actually, it'll be half the distance to the goal from there. So they'll move them back to about the 5-yard line. It'll be first down and 15. Now they're going to walk them on back. Yep, they'll put them back at the 5-yard line. So it'll be first and 15 for the Hobbs Eagles. From the 11, they need to get out to the 21.
Ball at the 5-yard line.
So I got the 15 part right.
All right, I'm busy trying to update our scorebook while you're talking.
So first and 15 after the penalty. Graham with his heels on his own end line. Fake the handoff. Now he'll just, nope, he handed it off. He's got a man across the 20, 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40. It's a foot race to the 45 to the 50. Still on his feet to the 45-yard line. Javoni Royal taken off, and a huge gain of 51 yards for Royal. And it'll be first and 10 for the Eagles out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Wow, and I think it was Perez who was in on the stop there. It really was a foot race, and two of the Lovington's players, I think Ryan Weiser was the other one, kind of turned around and threw the block on him to get him before he ran for the end zone.
So it'll be first down and 10 inside Wildcat territory from the 44. Snap to Graham. Going to be pressured. Is going to be hit back at the 50 and manages to fall forward. But it'll be the first sack of the night for the Wildcat defense as Graham goes down and is going to lose 3 on the sack.
By Graham, tackled by Nice.
And so Nice comes in and makes the tackle. He's seeing some more time tonight. So it'll be first down and about 13 for the Eagles. Good defense right there for the Cats.
So second down and 13?
It'll be second down and 13. Well, yeah, they're going to give you
saying
forward
12.
motion, so it'll be second and 12. So a 2-yard sack officially. So second and 12. Cats going to put 3 men across the front, 4 linebackers. Royal in the backfield with Graham. Twins left, twins right. Hand it off to Royal, starts it left, cuts it back to the middle, and just buries himself down into a scrum. Going to pick up the yardage that they lost +1, so give him 3. And so it'll be a second down, and rather a third down and 9 situation. Good job by the Lovington line. Perez up front, also in on that stop. Looked like Brennan Garcia. So it'll be third down and 9, an important third down here for the Hobbs Eagles and the Lovington Wildcats both. Trips to the left, one to the right. And Graham keeps it himself. Looked like he was going to try and hand it off. Nobody there, and he's going to be sacked again back inside the 45, down to the 47-yard line. So it'll be another 3-yard sack. So 2 sacks on this possession. And it'll be fourth down and 13, fourth and 12 for Hobbs. And it looks like they're sending the punt unit out.
And I think that was Ezekiel Guzman, number 60, who was the first to bring him down, so maybe credited with a sack.
So it'll be punt time for the Cats, or rather for the Eagles. So punt to come, man in motion from the right to the left. Hitting the boot into, and I think that one was partially blocked, and it's going to be tipped, and it's going to take a Lovington bounce and go out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So it winds up only being an 8-yard punt. So Lovington special teams coming through and getting a hand on that one. I think maybe that was Israel Rodriguez getting a hand on that. He got good pressure, and so it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats from the 39-yard line.
Wow, good field.
And a good special team stand there for the Cats. So let's see what they come up with. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line. They trail 7-0 here in this Lea County battle at Watson Stadium.
3:36 left to play in this first quarter.
Twins left, twins right. Blitz comes. Keeping himself. That's Ashton Aranda in, and he is going to be hit behind the line on the quarterback keeper. Nowhere for Ashton to go. He might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. He will, and so it'll be second down and 10.
I like the fact that Lovington has decided to come up. You know what? Anything we can do to either jumpstart what we are doing, try to give us a hand or a spark, and also
is
to
staying in at quarterback, Dawn. So
yeah,
we need to find out what's going on with Wyatt. Twins left, trips left, twins right. Aranda in at quarterback, sends a man in motion. And he'll pitch it to that motion man coming around near side, and that is going to be Adam Aguilera, going to pick up 5 yards on the end around. So the 5-yard gainer, 3rd down and 5. Aranda in at quarterback.
And I'm not seeing and hearing anybody talk about an injury, so this is intended. This may be just Lovington's way of seeing if they can jumpstart something here or if they can throw Hobbs off a little bit, because Hobbs is expecting Wyatt Gomez to be in at quarterback for the game.
So 3rd and 5, trips left, 2 right, empty set in the backfield. Aranda is the quarterback. Hobbs 3 men across the front. Looks like they may try and blitz to the near side. Aranda picks it up off the turf. Going to roll to the right side, throws it back across his body. Has Aguilera, but he coughs the ball up at midfield. It's a mad scramble for the football. If Lovington has it, it's a 1st down. If they lost it, though, it'll be Hobbs football.
Incomplete pass.
And they're going to say incomplete pass. So Lovington dodging a bullet right there. And so now it'll be 4th down and 5.
Ouch,
wow.
that was quick.
Nothing going the Cats' way with 2.5 minutes to go in the first, trailing 7-0. Here to the Hobbs Eagles. So Ashton Aranda back on at the quarterback position.
4th down at the 42.
And so 4th down from about the 42.5-yard line. Got to think the Wildcats are going to punt it away here. Have to see if Tayton drops back. And nope, they've decided they're going to go for it. So G means go as Aranda from the shotgun. With an empty set in the backfield, tries the hard count, shifts around his receivers a little bit. He's going to roll to the right side, looks downfield, throws it, has a man right at the 1st down marker. Is that Aguilera across there, Dawn?
It is Adam Aguilera.
He's going to be close to the 1st down. It will all depend on the spot. The line judge says he is going to be just short, and so it'll be a 6-yard completion to Adam Aguilera, but not enough for the 1st down, so it'll go over on downs to the Hobbs Eagles. Good field position in Lovington territory. And Coach
that
G,
was
I
so
think,
close.
It was very close. Yep, they're going to look at it, and the head official says, nope, you're going to be about a yard short. From up here, it looked like he had made the sticks.
And it looked like he had made forward momentum and then got pushed back where they marked the ball. But got to go with what the officials say.
Yes, you do. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the Lovington 47-yard line. Graham from the shotgun trips to the right. Good snap, handed off. Baeza, big hole over the left tackle. He's across the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5-yard line before he is finally going to be brought down from behind. But a big gain. That is going to be 41 yards for Diego Baeza. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Biggest carry of the night so far, is that right?
That is, well, no, there was the 51-yarder for Jeremy Royal earlier. But it'll be 1st and goal for the Hobbs Eagles from the 6-yard line officially. So a 41-yard gain. Graham from the shotgun, fake the handoff, looks right side, throws right side, corner of the end zone, and going up high over the defender and making the grab for the Hobbs Eagle touchdown. As coming down with that one from 6 yards out is going to be Caden Trevino. So the 6-yard touchdown strike. Graham to Trevino makes it 13-0, just like that for the Hobbs Eagles. Point after to come.
Lovington defense just has had no answer for Hobbs tonight so far.
No, they have not. So the point after to come. And Dawn, can you get the number of their kicker, please, of Hobbs' kicker?
It is 80.
And the kick is up, and that one is going to be no good as it goes wide to the left as Brian Baeza pushes it left. So with 2:15 remaining in the first quarter, it's Hobbs 13, Lovington nothing. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. It's a 6-yard touchdown strike to Caden Trevino from Colton Graham. The point after by Beza, no good, but it's 13-0 in favor of the Hobbs Eagles. Welcome back to Watson Stadium in Wildcat football. As Beza to kick it off, it'll be a high end over-ender, and fielding it will be Aguilera back at the 10. He's to the 15, to the 20, and there he is going to be spun down. I think if he had just kept heading your way, Don, he might have had a little more room, but he tried to cut it back and right into one of the Eagle defenders.
Well, one thing I've noticed is that Lovington is really getting mauled and manhandled, and the Hobbs is not holding anything back on their tackling, and they're slinging the Lovington Cats around. Lovington has really just got to buck up and get really tough here.
13-0, 2:08 remaining in the first from the 19-yard line officially. That's where Lovington will take over. They've only had one first down in the ball game, and it'll be Ashton Aranda still in at the quarterback position. So Aranda is taken back over, pulling the trigger for the Wildcats. And a whistle on the field. Now they're going to say, all right, let's play. So Aranda back in at the quarterback. 2 left and only 1 right this time, bringing a little extra protection for Ashton. He's going to keep it himself, come up the middle, gets across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 4 on the keeper for Aranda. 2nd down and 6. That's all you need to do, just move the ball forward.
That's right, and Lovington really has had success with quarterback keepers tonight. So a little bit of room there, a little bit of ground game for Lovington. Maybe we'll see what they can do on this series. They've got to move down the field, try to get on the board.
19 yards on the ground, 16 through the air for the Wildcats collectively. Aranda from the shotgun. It's a low snap and just having to fall on that one. Nothing he can do about it. Joseph Perez back at the 20-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, just a bad exchange.
Well, that's not the first low snap tonight. I've noticed a few of those as well. That's just been the lowest so far that has turned into, just fall on it to save it and no yardage at all. So they've got to work on that. I don't know what's going on, with that between the center and the quarterback.
Under a minute to play here in this first quarter, 13-0, Hobbs on top. Lovington going to send twins left, twins right. 3rd down and 9. With Perez in the backfield with Aranda. Hobbs shows blitz. Aranda rolls to the right side. Just going to throw it and throws it short of his intended target over on the far side. I think
Taten Hilliard.
Taten Hilliard, he'd have had a lot.
He got it.
Oh, did he catch it?
Yeah, he caught it.
All
he
right.
slid down.
So it'll be a 10-yard gain to Taten Hilliard. I thought it had skipped before it got to Taten. So 10 yards and move the chains. First down Cats, their second of the ball game. So from the 31-yard line, maybe that'll spark the Wildcats with 33 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Trailing 13-0. Twins left, twins right. Aranda with time, 3 across the front, but Hobbs showing a linebacker blitz. Aranda gets it, he hands it off, nope, keeps it himself, goes up the middle and nowhere to run. He is hit at the line and slung down. Big number 77, Mario Lozano, hit him right at the line and dropped him right there. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Got to think maybe that Lovington is going to let this one expire and go to the second quarter and try and figure out what hit them in the form of the Hobbs Eagles is 4-3-2-1. Yep, we have played a quarter here at Watson Stadium. It's Hobbs 13, Lovington nothing. We're back in a minute. Lovington Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. here at Wildcat Stadium, or rather Wildcat football at Watson Stadium tonight against the Hobbs Eagles. Lovington trailing 13-0. I'm TJ Miracle. Dawn Morgan patrolling field side for us tonight here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Evie Stuber and Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing tonight. So, yep, if you're the Wildcats here, Dawn, you got to make some plans and you got to figure something out here pretty quick. You're already down 2 scores.
Yeah, this is just not. They just can't wait any longer to get revved up to get that ignited. So yeah, they're definitely going to have to figure it out now. I noticed during the huddle that they were working with Aranda's helmet, having a little bit of trouble, and in fact they're working on somebody else's helmet. So interesting.
Well, it is awful. It is awful hot out here, so maybe the sweat and things have moved and dislodged things.
I believe that was 89. They were just working on Cesar Gonzalez. But helmets are all on. They're on the field and ready to go.
All right, so from the 31-yard line, 2nd down and 10 for the Lovington Wildcats. Of course, it is Military Appreciation Night here at Watson Stadium. Of course, the anniversary of 9/11 this weekend. Twins left, twins right. Aranda from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, is going to keep it himself, and is going to get about 2-3 yards before he's stacked up. Kenyon Singleton leads the charge, and nowhere for Ashton to go really on that one. So he's going to pick up, a yard on it. And so it'll be 3rd down and 9. So 3rd and 9, the Cats offense just not able to really get anything going here in the early going of this one. Down 13-0. You know, it is possible that you can get too hyped up for a game, and Lovington came out, looked like they were really fired up. Great crowd on hand tonight, by the way, what you would expect in a county rivalry game for both sides. I can't really see the home side, but Lovington traveled well.
It's pretty full. You know, you got to account for some of the COVID spacing and things going on.
Empty set in the backfield and fake the handoff on the end around, and Ashton keeps it himself, gets to the line, and is going to get gang tackled. 6 different Eagles putting helmets on him, including Evan Ortega. Also in on the stop was Gavin Brumley. So no gain officially for Ashton, and it'll be 4th down and 9. Punt time again for the Wildcats.
Just hate to see this as Lovington is just struggling so hard. You know, you got to figure maybe you do something a little bit different. You do a little option, a little pitch out. You do something that kind of shakes the other team up. They're not expecting it, and just try something next time they get on offense.
Hilliard to punt it away. Looks like McNabb back deep to receive for the Hobbs Eagles. Send that man in motion and get the big boot into it, and going to drive McNabb back. He'll field it at the 21 to the 25, out to near the 30-yard line before he is tossed down. Pardon me, that was Hector Armendariz. But a good coverage tackle down the field for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Eagles.
Yeah, Anthony Gomez in on that. Also, Adam Ramirez, that is. A couple of the first ones in.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30 for Hobbs with 10:15 to go in the first half. They lead this one 13-0. Hobbs would like nothing more than to prove the last couple of years have just been a fluke. So Graham will keep it himself. Nope, it's a late handoff to Royal. He's on a sweep to the right side, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. It's a race down the sideline, to the 45, to the 40, to the 30. Finally out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Flag flew, though, all the way back at midfield. That's going to wipe out about a 50-yard run for Royal. Actually, they throw the flag at the 35-yard line.
That was Hilliard who forced him out of bounds finally.
So let's see what the call is going to be. I think we're going to have a hold down the field, maybe an illegal block. It'll all depend on what the side judge who threw it said, and we will have. It'll be holding on the offense, so 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it wipes out a 50-yarder for Royal. He's still going to get credit, though, from the – he's still going to get out of that one 20, make that 19 yards, and it's enough for a Hobbs Eagle first down. They're 6th of the first half. So 73 yards on the ground for Jaoni Royal, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the Eagles from just shy of midfield. 10:04 to go, first half. Hobbs up 13-0 here at Watson Stadium. Third year in a row we've played here in Hobbs. So it'll still be a first down for the Eagles after the 19-yard gain for Royal. From the 48-yard line, still inside their own territory. Hobbs going to send twins left, twins right, tied in the game. Man in motion right to left. They'll hand it off to that motion man. Huge hole over the left side. It is a foot race. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Caden Trevino takes it in from 52 yards, his second rushing touchdown of the game.
But there's a flag back near the 50.
All right, so we will have a flag back near midfield, so let's see what the call is going to be. Caden Trevino's had a whale of a night, and it'll be holding on Hobbs, and so this one is coming back. That is a big bullet dodge, Dawn.
That's a huge gift. Lovington has got to, take advantage of the few mistakes that Hobbs is making so far and try to do something with this. Lovington has just got to get fired up. A lot of times their defense feeds off their offense success. Well, the offense hasn't had any of that so far tonight, so they're really looking flat. And I'll tell you what, they're facing a lot of physicality in this Hobbs team. I'm seeing more so than any other team they've faced so far, and they've been playing some good teams, but Hobbs is big, they're tough, and they manhandle.
So it wipes out a 52-yard end around for Caden Trevino into the end zone, and it'll wipe 6 off the board. And it moves Hobbs all the way back inside their own 40-yard line to the 39. So it'll be first down and 20 for the Hobbs Eagles. If I'm Hobbs, they haven't really had an answer for that end around for Trevino tonight. I'm thinking maybe you run it again if you're Coach Ken Stevens. Trips to the left, one to the right. Good snap, Graham, 5-step drop, back to pass. He's going to throw it, has Royal at the line of scrimmage. Good coverage by the Wildcats.
Perez.
It's Perez. It's no gain on the play, and so it is a completion, but no gain, and so it'll be second down and 10. Clock continues to move, 9:23 to go first half. Hobbs up 13-0. So the Eagles will come out, go empty set in the backfield this time with Graham. He likes to run. You've got to be aware of it. Trips to the left, twins to the right. Graham from the shotgun, waits on it. Tries the hard count, doesn't get it. Now he's going to look over. Coach Stevens changes the sign. New play is in, send a man in motion, and they are going to try that end around again, but going the wrong way this time as Lovington going to stack up Trevino that time and drop him back at the 33-yard line. Nowhere for Trevino to go on that one, but a big loss of 6 on the run.
It looked like Perez, Hilliard, and 22, who is Anson Marquez.
Anson Marquez, the sophomore, getting some playing time tonight. So that'll make it third down and 26 for the Hobbs Eagles, going the wrong way this time as Lovington finally sniffed out that end around.
You got to guard against that big play because Hobbs is capable of just spurting and throwing a big run on you.
Trips left with Royal in the backfield. 5-step drop for Graham. He looks, waits, throws, wants far sideline. Going to be knocked away. The intended target was Royal. Good coverage on that near side. Coming over to cover was going to be Anson Marquez on Royal. Incomplete, and 4th and 26. Punt time for the Eagles.
Yeah, nice work by the defense this time.
So punt time for the Hobbs Eagles as Beza will try and punt it away. Tate and Hilliard will go back deep to receive it. 8:08 to go first half. Lovington trailing 13-0.
I'm going to have to up my meds.
And so Hobbs is actually going to come out. It looks like they're going to show that they are going for it. They do tend to sometimes do the soccer kick, though. And it looks like they're waiting. It'll be Omar Argot. And timeout is going to be taken on the field by the Hobbs Eagles. So 8:08 to go in the first half. 13-0 in favor of Hobbs. More Wildcat football in 30 seconds on KZOR. The Hobbs Eagle timeout. It is 4th down and 26, and they change their mind. They will punt it as Baez on to punt. Hilliard back deep to receive that punt. 13-0 as it'll be a high but short kick. It's going to bounce at the 42 and then take a Lovington bounce back to the 46-yard line. So not the greatest punt, but Lovington needs to take advantage of the field position, trailing by 2 scores, 13-0, Dawn Morgan.
And it finally feels like they've got a little momentum. And if they can just hang on to that and, do something here, they've got to move the chains forward. They really got to get down and score. If they get another score down,
and Lovington going to take a timeout here with 7:59 to go first half. So we'll be back in 30 seconds on KZOR. The Wildcat timeout. They needed a couple extra minutes to talk about things there, Dawn Morgan, and trying to figure out something to do against this Hobbs Eagle defense, which has had them absolutely stymied here in the first half.
Yeah, but they're coming off of a little bit of momentum, finally seeing a little bit of spark, and let's see if the Lovington offense can go ahead and get something rolling.
And it looks like Wyatt Gomez will be back out at the quarterback position this time.
And I kind of like the fact that Lovington is mixing things up. Obviously, they're looking and Hobbs is ready for everything that they're running, that they're throwing, that they're doing so far. So Lovington has decided, well, all right, let's swap things out, switch things out, maybe find some success and some spark here.
From the 46-yard line, Gomez in the backfield. Twins left, twins right. Wyatt back in at the quarterback position. Good snap. Throws the screen near side, complete to Hilliard. Across the 50 to the 45 to the 43-yard line before he is almost horse-collared, but a clean tackle by Kenyon Singleton. It'll be a pickup of 9, 2nd down and 1.
That's awesome. This is, looking good so far. I don't want to jinx them or anything right here, but this is the kind of action and energy that we need to see out of Lovington.
From the 43-yard line officially, they need to make it to the 43, right at the 43 for the first down. So 2nd and less than a yard.
They really need to score on this drive.
Empty set in the backfield. Wyatt going to throw the screen near side to Aguilera. Adam with it at the 40 and going to be bumped out on the near side. The bump came from Marcus Palma, but he's going to be across the 40 to the 38-yard line and move the chains. First down Wildcats on the 5-yard completion to Aguilera.
Finally, it feels like we're moving, we're rolling, and we're seeing a little more excitement and noise in the stands and on the sideline here around me. You can probably hear the players really getting into it now.
From the 38-yard line, the Cats trying to move. Gomez back in at the quarterback position. Twins left, twins right. Anthony Gomez in the backfield with him. Wyatt barks it out. Low snap, handles it, throws the screen far side, floats it a little bit, and ouch, absolutely creamed on that far side was Gomez.
Yeah,
40 Gonzalez, pardon me.
Between 44, Aldo Arget, and 23, Hector Armendariz. And really, he was turned the wrong way. There was no way in his position, he could turn back around and get that ball caught and hang on to it.
So incomplete as he got upended and hit hard. 2nd down and 10. 7:12 to go first half, 13-0 in favor of Hobbs. Send trips to the left and 1 to the right. Gomez in the backfield. Wyatt barks out the signals. Gets the snap. He's going to hand it off. And coming around the edge is Anthony as he's going to cross the 35 to the 34. Ball pops out. But fortunately, Anthony right there to scoop it back in. Having a little bit of a fight over there. He picks up 5. And trying, if that young man had turned, I could see his number call his name out, Isaiah Montez. So a bullet dodged right there. Gomez gets 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Well, they're going to only give him 3 on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 7. So 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats from right at the 35-yard line. Clock continues to move with 6:35 remaining in the first half. Gomez, good snap, throws it far sideline, and that one is going to be picked off at the 20. Coming back across the 30 to the 35-yard line is Jordan Chisholm. And so the INT as receivers turn defenders, and the first turnover of the ball game goes the way of the Hobbs Eagles as Chisholm just stepped in the front of that pass that was intended on the near side for Hilliard. Or pardon me, Henson. Yeah, it was Hilliard. 14, Hilliard.
Yeah, ouch. This is not what Lovington was wanting out of that series, not to turn the ball over. And, they've had a little problem with some turnovers at bad times. So far, it hasn't cost them too much this season, but here they've got to turn this back around.
So back over to the Eagles. Graham from the shotgun, trips to the right side. Low snap. Colton handles it, steps up, wants it all, throws it down the middle, has a man, and just overthrows his intended receiver as he was going for Trevino down the field. Coach Stevens trying for the home run shot, and Graham just putting a little bit too much air under it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Isaac Henson with some good coverage on him all the way downfield as well.
He got behind him, though, by about 3 steps, so yikes. I think he's got the closing speed, but you cannot let somebody like that get behind you. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 out of the incompletion. Hobbs up 13-0 right at the midway point of this second quarter. Trips to the right again, one to the left. From the shotgun is Graham. Gonna hand it off, coming near side. Looking for some room, waiting for his blocks is Baeza. Doesn't really get many of them. And the tackle will be made by DeMarcus Thompson. It'll be a pickup of 5 yards for Baeza, his second carry of the ball game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for Hobbs. Under 6 to play here in the second. Hobbs in the lead, 13-0. Lovington off of a turnover, trying the defense, trying to get the offense back out on the field. Hobbs in a 4-receiver set. Twins left, twins right. Low snap as Graham bobbles it, drops it, but whistles sound and flags fly.
Looked like maybe Jaime
offsides.
Perales came off the line too fast.
False start on the Hobbs Eagles, so Hobbs actually going to dodge a bullet right there with the penalty. So it'll be 3rd and 10 as that'll move them back to the 43, or rather the 34-yard line. So 3rd and 10 after the false start, but like I said, dodging a bullet there. Lovington might have had a chance at that one. It was on the carpet.
Yeah, it was on the turf and bouncing around for a little while.
And now the linesman from the far side going to talk with the head referee about something. I don't know what their discussion's about. Looks like Coach G's out barking about something too. I think maybe Coach G's arguing that they shouldn't have stopped the play. No matter what it is, it'll still be 3rd down and 10. Coach G, halfway out to the hash mark out there. So now we're going to get back to it. So 3rd down and 10. Graham from the shotgun near hash. 4 receivers, 3-step drop. Graham looks, has time, going to be flush, comes near side, is going to be hit back at the 30 and drop. Coming in is Caleb Neese. Where has that young man been? Gets the sack, the 3rd of the night. It's a 5-yard sack, and it'll be punt time for the Eagles.
That was amazing, and you could hear, you might could hear in the background, I was pretty close to Coach G on the sideline over here. But as soon as he saw that, he was yelling at his line to go after the quarterback, and that's exactly what Neese did. Went around behind him, just kind of blindsided him.
As Tayton Hilliard and looks like that's going to be Alec Holguin going to be back deep to receive. Beza to punt it from inside his own 20. Good snap. Beza, he's going to fake it. He's going to throw it and has a man on the far side to the 50. And wow, that was something else, as that was actually Silas Cerna, and he completed the pass.
That was Isaac Henson, who was right there, ran into him and got him down.
So it's an 18-yard completion from Cerna. Who caught that pass, Dawn? Did you catch that number?
No, I couldn't. I was watching Henson, and Henson got his arms around him too fast.
I think that may have been Thompson, so we're going to give him the 18-yard completion. And so it'll be 1st and 10 on a little trickeration for the Hobbs Eagles. So the offense back out on the field. Send a man in motion from the right to the left. Fake the handoff. Hand it off to Royal. He goes over the right tackle, has some room, and he's going to get down near the 35-yard line. It's a pretty good gain. Call it 7 for Jayoni Royal. He's got 80 yards on just 4 carries. So it'll be second down and about 3.
He's got that dangerous speed where he gets the ball and boom, he turns the afterburner on and he's gone before you know it.
4 minutes remaining in the quarter. 13-0. Hobbs on the drive and in the lead. Twins left, Twins right. Lovington 3 men across the front. Man in motion, fake the handoff. Graham looks to pass, looks left side, now comes back to the middle, has a man wide open and into the end zone. That one's good for 34 yards out as the Hobbs Eagles strike to Caden Trevino. Pardon me, that was number 12, Ethan Van Landingham, but it's still good for 34 yards and the third touchdown for Hobbs in this ball game.
Wow.
And that'll make it 19-0 as Lovington just letting too many Hobbs receivers get behind them.
Yeah, and really this comes right off of that trickeration play, actually. I mean, this is the direct result of that. They would have turned it over. Lovington would have had it, but Hobbs really turned a good play.
So now Brian Baeza on. It's a bad snap, but he'll kick it off, pick it through the turf, and somehow get it through the uprights and good. With 3:55 remaining in the first half, it's all Hobbs in this one, 20-0. We're back in 60 seconds. More Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs. Lovington. It's a 34-yard touchdown strike from Colton Graham to Ethan Van Landingham. The point after is good, and the Hobbs Eagles go up over our Lovington Wildcats 20-0. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan patrolling the sidelines. Evie Stuber, Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing. Kicking it away will be Beza. He'll come up and address the ball at the 40. It'll be a little squibber. It goes bouncing around. Going to be picked up by Hilliard at the 25. Looking for some blocks to the 30 and the 32-yard line before he's met by 4 or 5 Hobbs Eagles. And whoa, we got a late hit in there. Where is the flag on that one? A no call. The tackle going to be made by Isaiah Montez. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I was watching the end of that play, and really hats off to Hilliard for just shaking that off. I saw him come out of that and just kind of shake his head, and he decided not to be affected and get drawn into anything over that.
So from the 33-yard line, 3:18 to go first half. Thanks for listening on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington and the Z94 KZOR app. Watching on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Twins left, Twins right. Looks like we're going to have Aranda in at the quarterback position, and Hobbs jumped off sides that time as Gavin Brumley trying to get to Aranda. So it'll be a rotating quarterback system from here on, and it'll be offsides on the Eagles, so give the Cats a free 5. 1st and 5. Hey, you'll take it any way you can get it.
You bet, but they need to take advantage of it and let it go ahead and maybe spark something offensively. They have got to score before halftime.
Yes, they do.
They just have to.
Because Hobbs will have the ball first to start the second half.
Yep.
Ball at the 37.
So Aranda in at quarterback again, and Twins left, Twins right. Deep back in the backfield with him, I believe, is Perez. From the shotgun, get it to the wide receiver screen, complete to Tayton, gets it at the 40 to the 42, dragging a couple of Hobbs Eagles with him up to the 43-yard line. Going to be close to the first down. I think they're going to say he's just shy, so officially a 4-yard completion to Tayton, and it'll be second down and less than a yard. Tayton's third catch of the ball game for 23 yards. Leads the Cat receivers in that statistical category. So second and a yard. Ashton Aranda still at the quarterback position. He and Gomez switching out. Clock
and
continues to move.
Now is the time to really push Hobbs, because they may be sitting back after that touchdown thinking, we've got it made. They may be relaxing just a little bit. Lovington needs to really push here.
Twins left, twins right on second down and 1. Aranda with it, hands it off to Gomez. He's going to go left side, crosses the 45 out to the 48-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Anthony Gomez. Move the chains, first down Wildcats.
They've got to really watch the clock, though. They've got less than 2 minutes to go. It's not their friend, and they're doing a quick hurry-up offense here.
Twins left, twins right. With time, Aranda steps up, throws it across the middle, has a man, but hit and knocked away at the last possible second, trying to get Gonzalez across the middle, but a good hit put on by James Moore right as the ball got there. It was a clean hit, so incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, and about half a step more, and it could be an INT, but, Cesar Gonzalez doing a good job trying to hang in there and get a handle on that ball.
So it'll be second down and 10. Ball from the Lovington 46-yard line. Minute 50 to go, and Hobbs up by 3 scores, 20-0. Lovington trying to answer here late in the half. Empty set in the backfield, trips left. Aranda, good snap. Has it, comes, throws it underneath. Has a man at the 50 to the 40 to the 45, and tripping down is Adam Aguilera. Was going to get there, and it was Nathan Cerceres. Tackles him down at the 32-yard line. So it'll be a pickup. Let's see, that's 10, that's 18 plus 6 is 24 yards on the completion to Aguilera.
He's going to want to talk about it here.
And so they will take the timeout. We'll just keep it right here with 1:43 remaining in the first half. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot to talk about in the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show coming up. Be interesting to see what, Coach G will say during our Bob's Thriftway halftime coaches conversation as well. Of course, we couldn't do this without the help and support of our friends at Devon Energy, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Stone Oilfield Services, Navajo Refining Company, Norley Hospital, also Now Pharmacy, Man Welding, Bob's Thriftway, and the First American Bank of Lovington. So, Dawn, what's the feeling been like down there as we make a Now Pharmacy call to the sideline?
Well, it has calmed back down a little bit, when there was some, and then the INTs kind of killed the momentum, and then turning it over, and then Hobbs ball and getting a first down instead of punting it. All of that has dampened, a lot of the fans are really vocal.
Yes, they are. I can hear them through your mic. So from the 32-yard line, it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats after the 24-yard completion. Twins left, twins right. Aranda is the quarterback. Now he's going to put a man in motion. That's Gonzalez. Put him in the slot on the right side. From the near hash mark, hard snap. Hobbs didn't break the line. They show blitz. Ashton with it. Has time. Looks. Throws across the middle. Has a man. That's Aguilera at the 20. Tries to get away from a man. Cuts it back and is going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. If he goes forward, he gets more yardage. But as it is, he'll still get 11. It'll move the chains. First down, Lovington.
Hector Armendariz coming in, putting in a low tackle on him to take him down. Otherwise, he had some pretty open field in front of him for running.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Minute 25 to go. Lovington down 20-0. Empty set in the backfield once again. Ashton with it. Again has time. Gets good block. Goes far sideline. Wants a man corner of the end zone. Bobbling, fighting for it, and unable to come down with it. Pretty good coverage by the Hobbs secondary. As coming back through the tunnel. Is that Hilliard?
And I've got players in the way. I can't see. Yep, here he comes. No, that's Henson.
Henson, okay. I cannot pick up those numbers from way up here, especially when it's on
Henson.
the far side. So Henson. So it'll stop the clock. 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion from Aranda to Henson. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 just outside the Lovington red zone. Going to send trips to the left and one to the right. Single back in the backfield with Aranda. Man in motion left to right. That is going to be Henson. Ashton with it, throws it across the middle and in and out of the hands of Aguilera. Incomplete, 3rd and 10.
Oh, and Aranda rushed that throw just a little bit, and he throws hard, but he threw it down, and that was just too difficult for Aguilera to be able to reach down and pick up because it was so quick. But Aranda, with a really strong arm.
Just the one I think maybe a little bit flat-footed. Tends to kind of throw a little low and skip him in. So an important 3rd down and 10, 1-11. It is 4-down territory for the Cats, down by 3 touchdowns. 3 men across the front for the Hobbs Eagles. Aranda from the shotgun, empty set in the backfield from the far hash. Hobbs shows blitz. Ashton with it, throws it, and that one is going to be tipped at the line and almost picked off. As getting up and getting a big hand on it was Gavin Brumley. Knocked that one down and almost into the hands of a streaking Montez. He comes down with that. There's nobody there to stop him. Incomplete, thank goodness, and 4th down and 10 to go. I think they can get the first down. I think they need to go over the end zone.
When I looked up and saw it, I thought it was number 54, Andre Alvarado, who actually touched the ball first.
Could be. It's kind of blocked out a little bit from some of them up here. So Lovington will go for it. 4th down and 10, 1:07 remaining in the first half. They can get the first down up at the 11-yard line. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda with it. Pressure comes, rolls near side. Now he's going to just have to step up. Goes to the left, looking, throws it, and has a man at the 25, but we got a flag on the play, and it'll be a hold on Lovington. The completion to Gonzalez. He didn't get enough for the first down, I don't think. And so if you're Hobbs, you take the result of the play, decline this penalty, and it's over on downs for the Wildcats.
Yep, less than a minute to go now until half.
Now let's see for sure what they're going to say. It'll be holding in the backfield on Lovington, and it will be holding on the offense.
10 yards.
And wow, Hobbs did not accept that penalty.
Wow.
That means they must have gotten enough for the first down, so that's a biggie. And yep, they will decline it, so they did not get enough for it. And so Aranda complete to Gonzalez for 9 yards. It'll be Hobbs football. Or they're going to say that was incomplete. That was complete. Why are they moving the ball to the 21? If they decline the penalty, the ball should be back at the 12. I don't know what's going on here, Don, because he said they declined the penalty. Why is it up at the 31-yard line?
And now he's moving it back.
Now Coach G is asking the same thing. It should be back at the 12 because that's where the completion to Gonzalez was.
And I think that's where they're moving it. Or right at maybe the 15?
It should be up about the 12 because that's where Gonzalez had it. Why are they putting it at the 20? I don't understand this placement. I'm not going to just go off about it, but the ball should be back, I'm thinking, at the 12-yard line. I'd have to go back and review the video, but all right, under a minute to go. It'll be Hobbs football at the 20-yard line. Graham from the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Coming near side is Trevino. Stiff arms a man as he crosses the 25, crosses the 30, out to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, and it'll move the chains. First down for the Eagles. So first down for the Hobbs Eagles. That'll be their 9th of the half. And they do still have a couple of timeouts to play with. They'll get the ball set, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 32. Make that the 33. Joni Royal will check into the ball game. As hobbling off is Caden Trevino. So it'll be 1st and 10. And they'll hand it off. It'll be Baeza going right side. He's going to rug forward and get about 4 or 5 yards out of it. Just burn a little bit of clock. So a 5-yard gain for Diego Baeza. It'll be 2nd and 5. Timeout for the Hobbs Eagles. So 31 seconds to play in the first half. Hobbs 20, Lovington 0. We'll just keep it right here again, Don, and This is a totally different Hobbs team than we've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're definitely, and Lovington has just had no real answer for them for most of the game. They've had very little luck getting any spark going, anything offensively or defensively here. I mean, defensively they have struggled, and if they can do anything in the next 31 seconds, they've got to keep Hobbs from scoring right before the half.
Yeah,
that would be
especially since they get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly.
Of course, the Hobbs Eagles under Coach Ken Stevens, his third season here. He is a championship-winning coach. He took Eunice to a back-to-back, or was it 3 in a row? So, I mean, he knows how to coach them up, and he's got a good team put together here in Hobbs, looks like. So out of the Hobbs timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 5, 31 seconds to go. Twins left, Twins right from the 36-yard line. Graham, good snap, has it. Looks, time, throws it over the middle, has a man across the 50 to the 45 to the 40, dragging Wildcats with him inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. And that'll be complete. That was Baeza. So Baeza, big completion for him. That's going to be good for 36 yards.
Yep, Diego Baeza, and he came up. He was just so stoked, and he was so frustrated. He really wanted to run for the end zone. 1st
and 10 as they're going to throw the wide receiver screen over to the far side, and that one will be to the line and no more. Couldn't catch that number across the way, but it'll be a completion, but no gain.
Right.
Did you catch the...
No, DeMarcus Thompson was the defender, was the Lovington Wildcat on him first, though, making the tackle.
And so a timeout will be taken by the Hobbs Eagles with a 2nd down and 10 upcoming and 1 second left on the clock. So you got to think they're going to be shooting for the end zone here, Dawn.
Definitely. I mean, they've got nothing to lose. You got 1 second, you throw whatever you got and pray and head for the end zone, and Lovington just has to do anything they can and everything they can to stop them.
Graham with a pretty good arm. He's only 33 yards out, or make that 38 yards out. He's got enough arm to get it there, and he's had some receivers that have managed to get open. He did have a 34-yard strike to Ethan Van Landingham just a couple of minutes ago. So the Eagle O has drawn it up. Let's see what the Lovington D can do. I think if you're Lovington, you just put the 3 men on the front and drop everybody back almost in an umbrella and dare them to come try and break through it. You'll take a big gain here as long as you keep them out of the end zone. You've got to keep this at a 3-score gain as Baeza a late check-in as he'll put the Jets on to get into the slot on the right side. Good snap. Graham with it, has time, steps up, throws, almost picked off as Hilliard knocks it away on the far side, and that'll do it for the first half on the incompletion. Hobbs leading this one by a score of 20-0. It's been all Hobbs thus far in this one. Interesting to see what Coach G has to say down on the sidelines when we have our coach's conversation from our friends at Bob's Thriftway.
Hey, doing okay. So, no score yet.
Yes.
What has Hobbs been doing to keep you guys out of the end zone?
Really, they're not bringing any pressures. They're sitting back playing coverage. So, we got to be able to settle down in the zones and catch some footballs. We've dropped a couple of balls, some illegal procedure penalties. That's on us right there, going before the ball is snapped. So, we just got to settle in. They're a championship football team. They're playing hard. We're playing hard some, getting ourselves in situations where we can take advantage of it. We just have to take advantage of it.
It looks like Hobbs is being very physical, probably the most physical team that you guys have faced so far this season.
I would agree, and we knew that coming into it. So, and I think we've handled it okay. We haven't ran the ball really well, but we've made some chunks and got into some manageable 2nd and 3rd downs, and we got to make those into 1st downs.
What about rotating the quarterbacks? What led to that decision, and do you think that's successful tonight so far?
I feel like both of them are really good. Both of them had a great week of preparation, so we feel like both of them have the opportunity to play, and they want each other to do well. So, we'll just stay with what we're doing.
What's the big message to your team at halftime in the locker room?
Finish in the second half like we've done all year long. All right, thank you.
All right, our coach's conversation from our friends at Bob's Thriftway, your local hometown grocery store. Stand by. Your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show comes up in 3 minutes. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Watson Stadium in Hobbs. It is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Hey, y'all know you're going to need a little love on your car. It's going to break down at some point. We'll go get everything you need for that car over at Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D. I'm TJ Miracle from high above Watson Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols the sidelines. Hobbs leading this one 20-0. The first half, really all Hobbs Eagles. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. We'll start with the home team Eagles. Colton Graham is 6 of 9 for 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Quarterbacks total are 7 of 10, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of the quarterbacks, Silas Cernon, a fake punt with an 18-yard completion. So 96 passing yards for the Hobbs Eagles. Their leading receiver right now is Ethan Van Landingham. I'm sorry, it's actually Diego Baeza. He has 2 catches for 38 yards. Ethan Van Landingham has 1 catch for 34 yards, but it was a touchdown. Caden Trevino, 1 catch, 6 yards. It was a touchdown strike. Corbin Thompson, 2 catches for 18 yards. Jaoni Royal also with a catch, but it was for no gain. Turning over to the rushing stats for the Eagles. Royal, 4 carries for 80 yards, sparked by a big 51-yard run on his first touch of the ball game. Diego Baeza with 3 carries for 51 yards, including a 41-yard run. Caden Trevino, 4 carries for 26 yards. He also had a 2-yard touchdown run in there. He'd have a lot more yards, but he had a 70 or about a 60-yard touchdown run called back. Colton Graham carried the ball 4 times for 7 yards. He was sacked 3 times in the first half. So if you're keeping up at home, 96 through the air, 164, pardon me, on the ground, which will lead you to 260 total yards in the first half for Hobbs. They were whistled 5 times for 40 yards of penalties. They had 9 first downs in the first half, scored 13 in the first, 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 20 on the board. Turning the page for the Lovington Wildcats, a 2-headed quarterback tonight, Wyatt Gomez and Ashton Aranda combining to go 8 of 19 for 77 yards, no touchdown, 1 INT. That INT was thrown by Gomez, who has 24 yards to 53 for Aranda. Leading receiver in the first half, Adam Aguilera, 4 catches for 46 yards. Tayton Hilliard, 3 catches, 26 yards. And Cesar Gonzalez seeing significant time tonight, 2 catches for 19 yards. Pardon me, on the ground, it's been pretty tough sledding for the Wildcats tonight. Leading rusher right now is Anthony Gomez, 2 carries for 11 yards. Gomez and Wyatt Gomez, 3 carries for 10 yards. He was sacked once. Adam Aguilera, 1 carry, 5 yards. Ashton Aranda, 5 carries for 5 yards. And Joseph Perez, 1 carry for -3. And he was actually falling on a bad snap for that. I hated to have to put that down. And we had a hold that I had to scratch off of there. Perez had have significantly more yards than that. Lovington was flagged 4 times for 25 yards in that first half. They were actually flagged 5, but 4 accepted penalties. So through the air, you've got 77 yards for Lovington. On the ground, you're looking at 28 yards. So that's a total of 105 yards for Lovington. And actually, I think my numbers got off. Let me do math in me. Yeah, that is 77. So, 28 and 77 is 105 yards total for the Wildcats. They got 4 first downs in the first half. I mentioned they were flagged 4 times for 25 yards. No score in the ball game. So they've just had a little bit of trouble getting things up and running and going, Dawn Morgan.
Yes, they do, and the band's marching toward me, so it may be just a little bit loud as the Lovington band coming off the field after a nice halftime performance. I know that Lovington band and its band director are very thrilled just to be back, able to play together as a band, able to march, and I'm sure the Hobbs Eagle band are just as happy about that this season as well as the Hobbs Eagle band gets ready to take the field. What strikes me a little bit about the numbers in looking at the first half stats is, with a score of 20-0 on the board, I think I might expect the yardage for Hobbs to be a little bit more, but they have made the most of those yardages and made it count, in terms of putting scores on the board. I was just surprised listening at some of the low yardage totals for a lot of the players, and then 250, 260 all total for a score of 20-0 after 2 slow quarters of play. Does it seem like this game is going as slow as it feels to me?
It does seem like it has been just not a real great flow to it thus far. So we'll come back with more on your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know How halftime show. Halftime here in Hobbs. Lovington trailing 20-0. Back in 3 minutes here on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to the Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Our halftime score, Hobbs 20, Lovington yet to get on the board. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan fieldside. Evie Stuber and Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing tonight. Of course, the halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply at 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. This is the portion of the halftime show where we find out, Dawn, if you can hear me down there.
I can.
Okay, and you're probably going to need to change batteries as soon as we get our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half.
All right, yeah, the band is actually turned toward the home stands right now, so it's pretty quiet right here on the visitors' bench. But I think, you heard what Coach said. When I asked him what the big message at halftime was going to be, he said finish. He would tell his team finish. Well, I would say you've got to get started before you can finish. They have just had a heck of a time getting any traction and keeping in a momentum going. The couple of times that they've managed to grab a little energy and move the chains forward and get a couple of offensive drives going, and then they've either turned the ball over or they've incurred bad penalty or something, or had Hobbs take the ball and take it down all the way to the end zone. So I'd say that they're going to have to get both their offense and defense going and keep some momentum going to get some successful drives, and they've got to try to hold Hobbs and keep them from scoring any more while they get that offensive going and get it rolling so that they don't get deeper and deeper in a hole. So do they need to finish? Yes. Can they win? Yes. They are a big second half comeback team, but they've got to come out, and Hobbs is going to have the ball. So the Lovington D has got to do a job of stopping them first and then getting the ball back and then try to get on the board. So finish, yes, but you got to start and keep it going before you can put the big finish on this game.
Yeah, I was going to say you got to stop them before you can finish. I was going to say I think my keys to the second half. Really, I mean, the difference in this one, you've had some plays that has just kind of been the big play has really bit Lovington. I know that Hobbs' coach to the media earlier this week said he had to limit Lovington's big plays or they didn't have a chance, and they have done that tonight while they've had big plays of your own. So Lovington's defense needs to limit those big plays. They've got to worry about the running. Colton Graham has not done much damage tonight. I think maybe they prepped for him to run. I still think you're probably going to see a healthy dose of that in the second half. That's just what the numbers bear out over the first 3 games of the season. So you've got to keep somebody on Graham, but you've got to keep everybody in their assignment. I think sometimes they get a little too excited and they get out of their lanes, they get out of position, and that's what's let some of those big runs go. The 41-yarder, the 51-yarder, the 62-yarder that got called back. So stay in your lane, do your job on the defensive side. On the offensive side, they have to find some rhythm. I don't know how to do it. There's a reason I'm sitting up here and I'm not down there, but you've got to do something to find some rhythm. They seem to get a little when they were just throwing the little wide receiver screens to the sideline. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and make something happen and find the rhythm. Lovington tends to with the offense, and it doesn't matter if it's Wyatt or Ashton, they're running the offense. When they pick up the tempo and they pick up the pace, that seems to help them settle in, Dawn.
Yeah, and they did that a couple of times, and really it was when they were fighting against the clock and had to do that. But if they will take that create the energy, if they can't get the energy off of success, then they've got to create the energy. And sometimes the defense really sparks and keys off of the success of the offense, and so it's a stalemate right now. Hobbs has been able to stymie them both ways, and Lovington has to come out and have an answer for that.
Well, they certainly do, so we'll see what the answer is as they get back to it, as the teams preparing to come out of their respective tunnels, as the Hobbs Eagle Band performing, the Lovington Big Blue Band performing first, doing a great job as always. As one of my high school football coaches used to say when asked about the band, he said, we win every halftime. And I would say that for the Lovington Band, although the Hobbs Band putting up a whale of a game, shall we say. And I say that very tongue-in-cheek. They're both doing an excellent job with a former Hobbs drum major as part of the broadcast team, and that is not me. So
they have a bigger band than any that I had when we were in school. We had big bands, but this one is a little bit bigger than that. It may be the flag corps that makes the difference, though, on that. So.
I did believe they said the biggest band in the high school band in the state of New Mexico, and I
believe it.
I could believe it. So Lea Co
kind of take up the whole field here.
Yeah, little friendly rivalry between the bands and between the teams and between the towns. It's all in good fun for bragging rights, and both the bands doing a fantastic job. So again, Dawn, you might want to change your batteries out as we go to break, as we wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington, for all of your automotive needs. Give your car the Napa know-how with Lovington Auto Supply. We'll be back in 3 minutes for the start of the second half. Hobbs 20, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and the Lovington tab at hobbsamerica.com. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app. And thanks for watching around the world on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please give us a subscription on that channel. We would appreciate that. It's absolutely free to watch, and also free to watch on hobbsamerica.com, the Lovington Sports tab. We couldn't provide that service without great folks like the First American Bank of Lovington, Bob's Thriftway, Man Welding, Now Pharmacy, Norley Hospital, Navajo Refining, Stone Oilfield Services, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, and Devon Energy. As the teams back out warming up, I'm TJ Miracle, high above Watson Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols field side and the sidelines tonight. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Monica Rogo helping out back at One Radio Square this evening as well. So the two teams finishing their warm-ups, getting ready for the start of the second half. And final thoughts, Dawn?
Yeah, I changed the battery.
Okay, I think we lost you.
See, I changed the batteries, but it's giving me a red light. So what's your indicators say up there, DJ?
I am showing you have a full battery up here.
Okay. All right. We'll run with it as
Okay.
long as it lasts.
All right, I'm showing you got full bars up here. So
Okay.
all right, so the technical behind the scenes kinds of things that you only get from us. So it'll be Hobbs football to start the second half. The Wildcats are going to, I think, critical to force a 3-and-out or at least a stop without a score here to start this half and then score immediately themselves. Of course, we talked about that in the halftime show, Dawn. Now, Coach G has sometimes been known to do an onside kick, and we could very well see that right here.
We certainly could.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen it over the years. First time we saw it was the very first game against Denver City. That's where we'll be next week. As teeing it up to kick it off will be Lucas Contreras. Lucas, the junior place kicker, puts it down at the 40. Hobbs is spread out. And Lovington going to spread out as well. As Lucas will step it off. Go back to the 30-yard line, and we are ready to go. Second half of action from here at Watson Stadium. Hobbs, 3 men lined up back around the 10-yard line as Lucas will boot it away. It's a high end-over-ender. Be fielded back inside the 10, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and a little trickeration back to the 20 coming near side. That is Baeza across the 30 to the 35 to the 37-yard line before finally being brought down as Ryan Weiser stayed with it and brought him down on the near sideline, but a fake handoff there had everybody in the place going, or no fake to it, it was a handoff, had everybody in the place going, me included, from Moore to Baeza.
Yeah, and Hobbs was able to get some extra yardage from that fake, so unfortunately they have decent field advantage.
Fortunately if you're a Hobbs fan, unfortunately if you're a Lovington fan. So the ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. That's where the Eagles will have it. Graham from the shotgun has trips to the left, one to the right. Hands it off and hit in the backfield. Nowhere to go on that one was Johnny Royal. Great pursuit by the Wildcats. He's going to be brought down inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard loss. Great job by the Cats.
Definitely.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15 up to the plate. Just underway here in the third quarter. Lovington trailing 20-0. Came out looking just a little out of sorts in the first half, but with a chance to try and redeem it here in the second. Graham in the offense looking over to the Hobbs offensive staff on the near sideline. Now they know what they want to do. Send trips to the left again, one to the right. Royal in the backfield with Graham. 2nd and 15. Graham drops back, pressured, and is hit just as he throws it. That one almost got, you hate to say, on the first drive of the third quarter, this is an extremely important third down, but for Lovington down 20-0, this is an extremely important third down.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So let's see what the defense can do. If they can hold them here, they can get the offense out on the field and start trying to chip away at this 3-score deficit. Empty set in the backfield this time. Graham had a man. He does a little pitch coming near side. Huge running room. 45 to the 50 to the 40 to the 30. Still on his feet down to the 25-yard line as Trevino just blasts it up. That'll be good for 41 yards, and it's just that same little end-around hook from here like Trevino had it, and it made a football move before that ball got absolutely knocked out and jarred loose by DeMarcus Thompson. But they're going to say incomplete, so Hobbs dodges the bullet right there.
Yeah, Lovington D was really excited. I think they thought they had it, too, for about 5 seconds. And then the balloon popped.
Yeah, when the head official said incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Hobbs sends Twins left, Twins right. Trevino in the slot, 3-step drop for Graham, goes back, sidearm sling, has Trevino across the middle. He's at the 35 to the 25, inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. It'll be enough for the first down. He needed 10, he gets 11, and it'll move the chains for the Eagles.
Perez and Henson on the takedown there, just not soon enough.
So 1st and 10 inside the red zone are the Hobbs Eagles from the 18-yard line. 10:28 to go, 3rd quarter. Hobbs trying to tack on to a 3-touchdown lead. Royal in the backfield with Graham. Low snap. Graham picks it up. Comes to the near side and just overthrows his target. He wanted Trevino again, but just fires a little bit too high and too hard. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And good coverage by Henson on that. Henson actually turned around and put a long arm up in the air, but there was no chance at the INT on it.
10:16 to go in the 3rd. 2nd down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Hobbs driving to open this 3rd quarter. 20-0 is the score. So Hobbs gonna, from the far hash mark, send trips right, 1 left. Single back in the backfield with Graham. Good snap. Graham going to hand it off. Nope, he fakes it. Slings it near side of Van Landingham. Van Landingham gets out of a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Comes up inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard completion. 3rd down and 6. 38 yards on 2 catches. Sorry, Dawn. Go ahead.
There's kind of a bit of a delay on my mic now, so sorry about that. Ezekiel Guzman got a hand on that, but he didn't tip it enough to change the trajectory to keep it from being complete.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Wildcat defense trying to hold. Send a man in motion. That's Trevino. Fake the handoff. They'll give it to Royal. Starts left, comes back right. Has the corner and is going to be knocked down inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. He's going to come up about a yard shy. It'll be 5 yards to Royal. And so now it is 4th down and 1. I don't think there's any decision at all here for Coach Stevens. I think they're going for it.
Oh, yeah, I think there's no question at all. It's just about what play they want. And Colton Graham turned around, still looking for the signals from the coach.
They only need a yard. So, but Lovington has to be aware they could go to the end zone. Twins left, Twins right. Hard count. Lovington jumps and gives Hobbs the first down. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe they got drawn, but the way he's talking to Graham, I don't think so. It will be offsides on Lovington. And so it'll be a first down for the Hobbs Eagles, and that is a biggie because it'll be 1st and goal now from about the 5, inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Wow, wow.
Yeah, Lovington has had a few bad penalties at the worst times tonight that have, a couple of them have changed the course of the game.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles. The ball is on the turf. Graham is going to get it. Going to get back to the 5. Fights his way forward. Drags a cat with him. As soon as he stands up, I will get his number. That was Joseph Perez. So gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And so it'll be 2nd and goal. Actually loses a yard. And so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. Clock continues to move. 9:05 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hobbs up 20-0 and trying to tack onto it on their opening drive. Twins to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. Hand it off to Royal, going on a left side sweep, and he's going to be hit and upended, still fighting forward at the 1 and scrambles in as he into the end zone, and it will be a touchdown for the Hobbs Eagles. I still haven't seen either one of the side judges signal touchdown, but Royal with the touchdown, the 5-yard sweep, and that makes it 26-0. Ouch. Beza to attempt the point after. So Beza to attempt the point after. Lovington going to come at it with everything they've got. As the snap is good, Van Landingham gets the Ball down, and it is up by Beza, and it is good. So with 8:46 remaining in the third quarter, Hobbs goes up 27-0 over the Wildcats. We're back in a minute. More Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. A 5-yard sweep to the left side. Jayoni Royal puts it into the end zone. The point after is good, and Hobbs goes up 27-0. Welcome back to Watson Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle. Wildcat football continues here on KZOR as Beza will put the boot into it. It'll be a squibber, and it'll be actually going to be muffed back at the 15, going back to the 10 and getting it is Aguilera. He's going to run at the goal line, looking for a little room inside the 10, and finally going to come down at the 10-yard line. That almost disaster, still not good, but you know, there are the old saying, Don Morgan, when it rains, it pours, and right now it's raining on Lovington.
Yes, and nobody brought umbrellas.
I think I left it out in the car. You want to go get one?
I don't think one will do it.
I'm not sure it will either. So let's see what Lovington can put together with 8:33 to go and down now 27-0. Ashton Aranda will get the start here in the second half. I'm going to have to start a new column for that, but that's okay. That's easy to do. So Aranda will get the start in the second half at the quarterback position. Trips to the left, one to the right from the near hash mark. Send a man in motion, that is Aranda. They hand it off to Aguilera. And he crosses the 10 to about the 12. Good pursuit by the Eagles on the far side of the field. He's going to pick up 2 on the end around, and it'll be second down and 8. Pretty much complete the same kind of play Hobbs has been running. They give him good forward position. They're actually going to give him 4 on that. So second down and 6, that is quite a bit better than second and 8. As we hit the 8-minute mark on the clock, third quarter. Twins make that trips left, Twins right. Lovington moving from the right to the left. That's north to south. Now they're going to shift a man up into the backfield with Aranda. Ashton back, has time, steps up in the pocket, comes across the middle, and almost picked off. That one was a dangerous throw, and in the neighborhood was Jordan Chisholm. Incomplete, but oh goodness gracious, that would have been a backbreaker.
Yeah, Adam Aguilera and Tayton Hilliard both right there, just a couple of steps away in each direction from being able to get a hand on it, get an INT, but it was a dangerous throw.
Third down at the 12-yard line.
And so it'll be third down and 6. Ball spotted at about the 12, 13-yard line. The incompletion, the clock stops. So third and 6, Lovington needs to get a little breathing room if nothing else here. One man in the backfield, 4 receiver set, trying the hard count. Hobbs not biting. Aranda with it, has time. Now he's going to be flushed, rolls right side, throws across his body, has a man across the 20, out at the 22-yard line, coughs it up. The ball is on the ground. Inside the 10, the completion, and then the fumble as that one got popped right out of Henson's hands after a 10-yard completion, but then the fumble, and yikes.
Yeah, it just got stripped out of his arms. He had it and had a pretty good hold on it, and it just got stripped and ripped away from him.
And was that? I believe it was. It was James Moore, the junior safety, getting the strip and the fumble recovery. And so it is Hobbs football, 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. They can make a statement here. If they get the touchdown and then go for 2, it would get into mercy rule timing. I'm not sure anybody expected that one to be a possibility. From the shotgun, Graham with it. He's going to throw the screen near side. Has Baeza, spins out of a tackle to the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Pick up a 4 to Baeza. He ran about 10 yards to get that 4, but he moves it a little closer. 2nd and goal from the 3. 97 yards through the air for Graham. Baeza with 42 receiving yards unofficially. So it is 2nd and goal from the 2. Hobbs trying to put an exclamation point on this one, not even halfway through the 3rd quarter. Going to send 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. 2 split backs in the backfield with Graham. Graham gets it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes over left side. Is going to be spun down at the 1-yard line. Good coverage there for the Cats to keep Graham out. He just inches it a little bit closer to the goal line, and it is 3rd and goal from the 1-inch line. So the big boys up front going to have to stiffen up. Try and knock them down, keep Hobbs out, if at all possible. Clock continues to move, 6:20 remaining.
It'd be a really good time to try to get that ball, knock it loose, and run it back to the end zone.
Yes, it would. Jumbo formation in, handoff to Royal. He goes right up the gut and into the end zone. Jaoni Royal has his 2nd touchdown carry of the night, and that makes it 33-0 in favor of the Hobbs Eagles. Now the question will be, will they go for 2 to get it to mercy rule timing halfway through the 3rd quarter, or will they kick the extra point? It looks like they're going to come out and kick the extra point. Now, I'm not sure anybody expected this one to be quite this lopsided. The Eagles 2-1, number 10 overall in the state, number 7 in Class 6A. Lovington 3-0, number 11 overall in the state, number 1 4A. Of course, when you look at rankings and divisions and things, Lovington should probably, never ever be in a game against Hobbs, as far as on paper goes, but that's why you play the games. They're playing up 2 divisions. We do have to remember that, and Hobbs is no slouch and no pushover.
No, and Lovington is playing this game.
And they will go for 2 as Colton Graham gets it, tosses it around, and they'll do the halfback pass into the corner of the end zone as Van Landingham overthrows his intended target, Trevino. So they decided to try to get it to mercy rule timing. It did not work out. So with 6:06 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, Hobbs 33, Lovington yet to score. We're back in 60 seconds on KZOR. A 1-yard dive for Jaoni Royal from the goal line. The point after, no good. And the Hobbs Eagles go up by a score of 33-0. 6:06 to go in the 3rd. I'm TJ Miracle from high above Watson Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols the sidelines, courtesy of our friends at Nowell Pharmacy, as Baeza will tee it up at the 40. Got Aguilera and Henson back deep to receive. The Cats just trying to figure out some answer. It'll be another squibber And it'll bounce and take another bounce, and it'll come to Aguilera. Picks it up at the 25, brings it out to about the 30 before he runs into a Hobbs wall led by Aldo Argot, number 44. And so 1st and 10 from the 30.5 for the Wildcats, Dawn.
Yeah, Lovington just needs to get some points on the board here. They need to get out of the shadow of the Mercy Rule timing so that they can have more time to try to score in this game. Coming back, 33-0, it's not unheard of, but it's a big hole that they've dug, and they just need to play as well as they can, come back and try to learn something from this and put some score on the board.
Trips to the left, 2 to the right. Aranda is the quarterback. Still here for the Cats. 4 men across the front for the Eagles. Good snap, Ashton with it. Gonna roll near side, looks, throws it, has a man at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of about 4 as it comes in, and trying to catch the number of who got that one. Don, did you hear who that was? I think it was Gonzalez, but
It was over there on the far side. I couldn't see.
I couldn't see it. I was blocked out by the Hobbs bench. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. I'm pretty sure it was Gonzalez. Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Aranda with it. He's going to just take it himself. Goes up the middle, is hit at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard, but not much more than that before the Eagles defense collapses in on him, led by Eric McNabb. And it'll be a gain of about a yard on the play. So Aranda on the keeper gets a yard, and it is 3rd down and 5. 4 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hobbs up 33-0. The Cats just trying to find anything that they can. 4 receivers set from the near hash. Single back in the backfield is Perez. Aranda going to be flushed, comes near side, gets away from trouble. He's just going to have to tuck it, take it himself. Near sideline, steps out of bounds in front of the Hobbs bench across midfield. He's going to pick up 14. Wow, they're going to say he stepped out at the 46-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of 10. I thought he got a little further than that, but okay, move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Yeah, it looked from here that he got further than that, but nice little run as he tiptoed, just right down the sideline and got it at least picked up 1st down.
Yeah, you need the 1st down to be sure, and he got out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 4:35 to go in the 3rd. Send trips right, 1 left. Perez will stay in the block on the backfield. Hobbs, 4 men across the front. Good snap, Ashton with it. Gonna just step up, gets to the line, throws it underneath. Hilliard at the 40, still on his feet. No, gets stood up and planted, but not before he is gonna pick up enough for the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 14, and it'll move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats. And so for Tate,
it was a nice throw on the run as Aranda really had to look downfield and stay on the move while he threw, and he threw that on target, and Hilliard was right there with a good catch, and this time he hung on to it. Now he got stood up, but he did get it stripped out of his hands.
I don't know how they spot that at the 42-yard line. He had the 40 before he got stood up, but okie dokie. 4:15 remaining in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They're 6th of the ball game. Stack him up on the right side. Aranda throws a wide receiver screen that is going to be batted at the line.
And I think that was big number 9.
What was that, Don?
Blake Hensley. I think that was big number 90, Blake Hensley, who got the hand on it and batted it down.
Yeah, I think you are right. I was looking for the number up here. Again, those numbers are kind of skinny from up here, top of Watson Stadium. So 2nd down and 10. Lovington trying to get on the march. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Aranda from the shotgun, barks out the signals. Low snap, Ashton handles it. Immediately under pressure, is going to be hit back at midfield and is going to be dropped. Hobbs swarmed all over him. It'll be an 8-yard sack, the first time he's been sacked tonight. And yikes, it's now 3rd and about 15. Make that 16.
There was a big swarm, but it looked like number 54, Andre Alvarado, was the last man up, first man on the turf.
So it'll be 3rd down and 16 from just on the Hobbs side of the 50-yard line. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
So
Make
what
that
was
17,
promising?
Make it 3rd and 17. Yeah, what was promising kind of going the wrong way. Man in motion from the right to the left, and whistles sound and flags fly. And I think we're going to have a delay of game, and it will be delay of game on the offense. You're right, Dawn. Yikes. The wheels are coming off.
So this is going to push him back, and it'll be, is this 5 or 10 yard?
5
yard, right?
Delay of game.
So
they've got to get it up to the 32-yard line in Hobbs territory, and they mark it now at the Lovington 46. So you can do the math. That's about 20 yards.
So officially on the board, they're going to call it third and 19 to go.
So 3rd and 19 officially. Aguilera in the slot on the left side. Empty set in the backfield. Good snap. Aranda with it. Going to be flush. Now he's just going to have to come up the middle. Going to have to tuck it. Take it himself. Throws it near side. And in and out of the hands of Aguilera on the near side. Wyatt trying to get, or rather Aranda trying to get rid of it. And whistles sound. And I think he was in front of the line of scrimmage, which would be a loss of down and a loss of yardage if he threw it after he crossed the line of scrimmage, and it was close.
Well, there is a flag down, and I don't know if that was just a marker, but it looks like it's a flag that's, you can't see it, it's in the
I think
gold.
we're going to have an illegal throw, and we will have an illegal throw on Lovington, and it'll be 10 yards from the spot and the loss of down because he threw it after he crossed the line of scrimmage. So move them back 10 more yards. It'll be 4th down and 30, so basically 4th and Eunice to go. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Is on, so it looks like they're.
Yeah, Tayton Hilliard will kick it away. So the Hobbs Eagles going to look to take advantage of things here with 2:55 to go in the 3rd and up 33-0. So it'll be Hilliard to boot it away, sends a man in motion. And the big boot going to be a high end over-ender, going to be fielded at the 15 to the 20 to the 25, coming near side to the 30, 35, 40, 45 to the 50, coming near side, cuts it back at the 30 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10 and into the end zone. Touchdown for the Hobbs Eagles. Hector Armendariz takes it back 84 yards. Armendariz 84 yards on the kickoff return. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 39-0 now with 2:38 remaining, the point after to come. Hobbs in control of this one at Watson Stadium. Here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app. Bad snap as Van Landingham going to just have to take it and try and make something happen. Comes near side and he is going to be tackled back near the 20. Lovington unloading on him. Leading the way was Anthony Gomez. So the point after, no good. Hobbs, though, up 39-0. We're in mercy rule timing when we come back in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR. You're home for the Lovington Wildcats.
You're clear.
Thank you, ma'am. 1 minute, please.
35 points, we will have a running clock.
$30 seconds, TJ.
Okay. Ay, ay, ay. It is an 84-yard kickoff return for number 84, Armendariz.
Punt return.
Punt return, yes, thank you. Punt return for 84 yards for Armendariz. 23 goes 84. point after is no good, and Hobbs goes up 39-0. We will be in a running clock situation now. Mercy rule timing is on here at Watson Stadium. Lovington would like to score, though, and get it back under that 35 points. Aguilera and Henson back deep to receive as Baeza to kick it away from his 40-yard line.
2:30.
As Baeza will kick it, it'll be another squibber. Going to be fielded and muffed at the 20. Picking it up on the run is a new running back in the game, number 33, who fights his way up, as that's going to be Marcus Tarango. Pretty good return for Marcus after a little bit of trouble first. Don, you might want to turn your mic off and then turn it back on and see if that'll maybe clear some things up and clear that delay up. So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. After the return by Tarango, clock will move. I don't know why they've got it stopped now. 2:31 remaining here in the third quarter. Now the official has said, okay, now start winding it. So from the 26-yard line, trips receivers to the left, one to the right. It'll be Wyatt Gomez. Gomez with it. He throws it down the far sideline and almost in there and completed. Good pass, making him climb the ladder, though, coming down. Is that Hilliard, Don, maybe? And we don't have Don back. It is an incompletion. Gomez back in his first series of the second half. So it's incomplete.
And yes, it was Hilliard.
Hilliard, okay. My new glasses should be in early next week. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, under 2 to go in the third quarter. Wyatt hands it off. Tarango starts it on the right, cuts it back to the left, has a little bit of running room, is going to get about 3. So Tarango picks up 3, 3rd and 7.
Well, you know, when nothing you do is working, you try different players, you put him in, and Tarango hasn't seen a lot of time, but he's a senior, and let's see what he can do.
So 3rd down and call it 8. Yeah, this is a time to see what you've got maybe on some of the bench players. If you can. Gomez from the shotgun. Twins left, Twins right. Wyatt with time. Now the pocket's going to break down. He's going to come near side, looks downfield, tosses it across his body, and is it complete? Is it complete?
Henson caught it, but
Henson
was he still in bounds?
That's what we're waiting to find out, and they are going to say no. So it'll be incomplete. Didn't have his feet in bounds, so incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. And about 8 to go. We're under a minute to play here in this third quarter. Kind of think it'll be punt time for the Cats. Going back deep to receive it again will be Hector Armendariz. Armendariz, he who just took it back 84 yards for the punt return touchdown on the last one. So send the man in motion. Getting to it and booting it away. It'll be a wobbler. Armendariz will get it on the fly at the 30. Gets out of the first tackle up to the 35, but is going to run in to a couple more Cats up around the 40. Pretty good coverage down the field for the Wildcats to stop him up as Nathan Hernandez, the big lineman, leads the way. So the clock will stop on timeouts, change a quarter, and change of possession.
And that was...
Actually, it won't change on change of possession, and we have played 3, so 4 quarters are in the books, and Hobbs taking advantage of the turnovers. We head to the fourth quarter. Hobbs 39, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. All right, welcome back to Wildcat football. Start of the fourth quarter. Hobbs will have it in a little spin move and to about a 5-yard gain to the 45-yard line. Hobbs well up in this one as the handoff going to come to Corbin Thompson, who picks up 5, his first carry of the ball game, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Hobbs. We are in a running clock situation. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan is field side. Hobbs up 39-0, 2nd down and 5. So Colton Graham with split backs in the backfield, 1 receiver left, 1 to the right. With running clock, you got to think they're just going to run, and they will hand it off, and that's going to be Baeza, and he's hit at the line and going to be dropped. Good job by the Lovington line right there, Dawn.
Yes, and Henson was in right there. He was going up against big number 77, who's probably got about 75 pounds on him. But, Lovington, they knew they were going up against big and strong, and you just got to be fearless.
No gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. Again, the clock only stops on timeouts and changes of quarters. We're in the fourth quarter, so we won't have any more change of quarters. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. Single back in the backfield with Graham. Graham barks it out, hands it off to, actually keeps it himself. Goes around the right side. He's got some room to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and going to be bumped out inside the 25-yard line. A huge gainer on that end around. And that wasn't Graham. What's that number, Dawn?
Well, I was looking at DeMarcus Thompson, who was helping pushing him out.
That's Corbin Thompson, who gets a big gain all the way down to the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 46. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Hobbs inside the Lovington red zone at the 18-yard line. So Hobbs keeping their foot on the pedal in this one. Now barking out the signals. We do have a new quarterback in the game as Baeza goes around the right side, inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line. It'll depend on where he stepped out, as Baeza starting to get a little bit more of a running lane. 5 carries, 61 yards for Baeza. And Don, is that number 15 the new quarterback? I can't really tell.
Yes, it is.
All right, so that'll be Argot as the new quarterback. So coming in to clean up is Omar Argot, the 6'2 junior quarterback for the Hobbs Eagles. And they've got it 2nd down and 1. Argot with split backs in the backfield with him. Hobbs going to come out and send twins to the right, 1 to the left. Argot barks out the signals. Hands it off to Royal, a little stutter step in the backfield, and he is hit and driven backwards at the line. So no gain for Giovanni Royal. 9 carries, 86 yards for that young man, and it'll be 3rd down and, well, they're going to say he lost a yard, so 3rd down and 2, make it 2.5. 8.5 minutes to go. Hobbs has it in mercy rule timing. Trying to put another exclamation point on it, getting some of their younger players and some of their backups in the game. Up to Lovington to try and hold them out. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. And Argot keeps it himself, is hit in the backfield, steps over to the right, gets inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 7 by Argot, and it'll be a 1st down for the Hobbs Eagles, their 14th of the ball game.
That'll put them at 1st and goal.
Yes, it will. 1st and goal from the 4. And we've got under 8 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Of course, don't forget, coming up at the end of the ball game, we'll have your Devon Energy post-game show and also your Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation. So Hobbs can afford just to take as much time as they want to. 1st and goal from the 4. Eagles backups trying to put the exclamation point on it. Argot takes it over the left side, and he is going to be slung down at the 1-yard line. Lovington, nobody told them this one was over, as DeMarcus Thompson slings down Argot after a 3-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Clock continues to move with 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. A 39-0 score in favor of the Hobbs Eagles. Lovington, frankly, Don, just coming out a little flat tonight.
Yeah, they're going up against, as you said, there are two divisions, Lovington 4A and Hobbs 6A. Bigger,
Argot
stronger,
with
faster.
It, hand it off and walking into the end zone for his third touchdown of the night, Giovanni Royal from 1 yard out. Makes it a 45-0 ball game. Clock will continue to move while the special teams comes on for the point after. In Mercy Rule timing, it does only stop changes of possession and timeouts. And they didn't stop it on the change of possession earlier, so we'll have to see. Point after coming from Brian Beza out of the hold of Ethan Van Landingham. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. With 6:15 remaining in the ball game, Hobbs 46. Lovington yet to get on the board. We're back in a minute. More Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Giovanni Royal with a 1 yard run over left tackle. The blue and white sea parted, and he danced into the end zone for his third touchdown of the day. The point after was good, and with 5:50 remaining in the ball game, the Lovington Wildcats on the wrong end of a blowout here, 46-0. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Monica Rogo, Evie Stuber in studio, engineering and producing tonight. So, you got to just take the lessons. Sometimes you got to take your lumps in sports, and the Wildcats taking their lumps tonight. Going to try and salvage a little pride here. The kickoff, it is another squibber, and it's going to be picked up back inside the 20. Coming back is Aguilera to the 25, out to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from there, Dawn.
Yes, and, as you were saying, Lovington hasn't been on this end of a beatdown in a long time. And there are lessons to be learned out of it. And you got to look at it like this. It's not a district game. And I think that this team, they'll spend a lot of time looking at game film and looking at, okay, where did we break down? How can we learn from this?
Yeah, since the Goddard game back in the spring. Of course, we'll talk about this in the postgame show. That kind of lit the fire under him last year, as it'll be Gomez. Throws the wide receiver screen, has it across the 30, 35, to the 40, to the 45. Gets out of a tackle to the 50, stiff arms a man to the 45, and then out of bounds on the near side. That was a big gainer for Thompson. His first reception of the night, and it is a big one, Dawn.
A nice reception, but an even better run on that. He was very smart. He took his time. He picked his way through. He evaded a couple of tackles I didn't think he would manage to get away from. And nice job.
32 yards, and it's a first down. Move the chains, first down, Cats. 56 yards for Wyatt Gomez. 1st and 10 inside Hobbs territory. 4:29 to go in the ball game. They'd love to get a score on the board. Sen Gonzalez in motion, run and up the middle. Not much room to go there. I think that was Tarango again. We'll double check that number, see who comes out from the bottom of the pile. And yep, that was Tarango again. And he's going to get about a half yard. And so it'll be 2nd down and 9.5. Clock continues to move with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go as the Cats come to the line. Trying desperately to get a score here so they don't get blanked. Trips to the left, one to the right. Gomez throws the wide receiver screen left side. Has a man, 40 to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5. Who was that complete to, Don? I couldn't catch the number.
I couldn't either. Too many Wildcats in the way in front of me, and a couple of coaches too.
It'll be DeMarcus Thompson again. His second catch for 37 yards on the night. Lovington getting into the hurry-up. Gomez with it. 3-step drop. Looks. Now he's going to be flushed. Force near side. Still on the run. Coming up and is just going to have to eat it himself and run out of bounds. And we have got a late flag coming in on the near side. That may be a hit out of bounds. We'll see. And it'll be a block in the back on Lovington. Yikes. So Wyatt did a nice job turning nothing into at least a little something, but it'll come back with a block in the back. Another penalty for the Cats. 8th one of the night for 55 yards and move them back 10 yards.
Third and 15.
Yeah, should be. Should come back to right at midfield. Yep, just to the good of midfield from the spot, so it'll be 3rd and 13. They need to get it to the 30-yard line. 3rd and 14, we'll call it. Trips to the left, one to the right. Wyatt with it, going to be pressured and sacked back at the 44-yard line. That'll be a 6-yard sack, second sack of the night, third sack of the night for the Eagle defense.
It's just painful to watch.
So 4th and Lovington now for the Cats with 2:35 remaining in the ball game, as it looks like some of the fan bases of both sides starting to head towards the exit here with a 46-0 Hobbs lead.
Clock is still running, of course, and the mercy rule going. 2:20 left at this point.
Yeah, Lovington can afford to just run it down as far as they want to, and Coach G going to take the timeout with 2:14 remaining in the ball game. Hobbs 46, Lovington 0. Back in a minute, more Wildcat football on KZOR. Short timeout back in the punt, as getting it away is Aranda, and it'll go out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. So Hobbs will have it with under 2 minutes to go. Basically, they can just go into victory formation here and kneel it down. And in this one, with Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Of course, Don Morgan Fieldside, courtesy of our friends at Nowell Pharmacy. Of course, don't forget we got your Devon Energy post-game show coming up here in just a few minutes from the good folks at Devon Energy, great supporters of all Lee County athletics. And the officials are going to put their heads together and decide that one goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. I would imagine we're just going to see some kneel downs here from Argot, pardon me, I can't read my own handwriting. And it will be victory formation time for the Hobbs Eagles. And, yep, it'll be Argot takes the kneel down. And so they can just run it down as soon as they start the play clock again. They have to kneel it down at least 2 more times, I would think. They have not started the play clock yet, taking their time to get things set. And, Don, I have lost full signal on you, just letting you know. All right, there you go, you're back.
Just picking up in.
So Argot will come out, 45 seconds to go, 10 on the play clock. He's going to take as much time as he can. Eagles in victory formation, up 46-0, and he will kneel it down. And I hate to write down the yardage losses and when they come out in victory formation, but with 27 seconds to go, yep, that'll do it, as the Hobbs Eagles are victorious tonight over the Lovington Wildcats. The final, Hobbs 46. Lovington is shut out for the first time this season as the clock continues to wind with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The clock just seems to drag along, and the cannon will go off. There it goes, and that is official as the Hobbs Eagles improve to 3-1 on the year. The Wildcats drop to 3-1. 46-0 our final. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. Come back with your Devon Energy postgame show. This is Wildcat Football from the Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Welcome to your Devon Energy Lovington Wildcat postgame show from Devon Energy. Great supporters of all Lea County athletics. So not the night the Wildcats wanted as they fall to the Hobbs Eagles 46-0, and just nothing that the Eagles could do tonight. I'm sure that it'll be a very interesting Bob Thriftway coaches conversation coming up here in just a few minutes. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one for the Hobbs Eagles. Colton Graham finishes up the night 6 of 15 for 97 yards with 2 touchdowns. There was also a pass by Cerna, and he went 1 for 1 for 18 yards. So Hobbs combined for their quarterbacking core. If I can find where I wrote that down, it's 115 yards total for Hobbs Eagles. No, 9 of 16. There we go. 9 of 16 for 115, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. On the ground, the Hobbs Eagles just ran it right at the Wildcats. Leading rusher tonight, Deone Royal, 10 carries, 87 yards, but 3 touchdowns. Diego Baeza had 5 carries for 61 yards. Corbin Thompson, 2 carries, 51 yards. Caden Trevino, 5 carries for 67 yards. Colton Graham, the starting quarterback, 6 carries, 7 yards. He was sacked 3 times by the Wildcat defensive core. And Armandaris with an 84-yard punt return. That was a biggie. Touchdowns tonight through the air for Ethan Van Landingham from 34 yards and Caden Trevino from 6 yards. So 115 through the air, 273 on the ground, 388 total for the Hobbs Eagles. They were only whistled 5 times for 40 yards in the ball game. They got 13 in the first, 7 in the second, 19 in the third, and then 7 in the fourth. They had 14, make that 15 first downs in the ball game. 46 points again on the board for the Hobbs Eagles. For your Lovington Wildcats, the two-headed monster tonight, Aranda and Gomez both seeing time at quarterback. They combined went 13 of 29 for 142 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Hard slogging on the ground. Leading rusher tonight for Lovington was Anthony Gomez, 2 carries for 11 yards. Adam Aguilera, 2 carries for 9 yards. Ashton Aranda carried it 9 times for 8 yards. He was sacked once. White Gomez, 4 carries, 4 yards. He was sacked twice in the ball game. So total, it was 142 through the air, 33 on the ground, 175 total for the Wildcats. They were flagged 8 times for 55 yards, and again, they did not score in the ball game. So looking forward to seeing what Coach G has to say to Don Morgan in our coaches conversation in just a few minutes. And let's see. Yep, he's talking to one of his players. So
he's
we'll just
talking to
keep it.
number 52, who has his right shoe off and an ice pack on his ankle.
Brennan Garcia.
Yeah,
So-
and Garcia has been one of the leaders on the line so far this season. So it's, we're going to have to ask the coach, does this look like it's just a little bit of a sprain or something? It may not keep him out next game. I mean, they're already without Corrales for a couple more games.
Yeah, don't want that. Of course, we look back into the spring. Lovington had a game kind of like this in Roswell at the Wool Bowl against Goddard, who is incidentally who Hobbs is playing next week, and it really kind of ignited them in the second half of that season. So let's take it to Don Morgan with Coach G for the Hobbs Thriftway coaches conversation. Don?
Yes, and what did you tell the team in the huddle after this one?
We had a ton of deficiencies. We talked about it at the beginning of the week. We needed to make sure and not let them use us to beat us. And so that's what took place tonight. The pre-snap penalties, things like that, throwing it to the other team, poor tackling on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, that's us defeating us, and we're a better football team than that. But those deficiencies, those are not on those kids right now that are walking off the field. Those deficiencies, those are on me as the head coach. And so I told them that. I'm proud of the way they came out here in the second half and finished. But we're a better football team that was on the field tonight. So losing this football game, as much as it hurts, it doesn't define who we are as a football team. What's going to define us as a football team is how we respond tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock when we review the film, how we respond on Monday when it's time to get ready for Denver City.
This would seem like a huge learning opportunity to spend a lot of time on that film and to be looking at just where you can improve. And, when you're winning, it feels great, but it doesn't always teach you anything.
Oh, no, and you're exactly right. And that's the deal. These three, really, the past 4 weeks, we've had to play our very best football to have a chance. We've played some really good football teams. That team's a good football team. So are we. But we're not a very good football team when we shoot ourselves in the foot. Bunch of drops today. That's not typical of the Lovington Wildcats. I feel like we're getting better at running the football. So, again, I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud that they're our kids. I'm proud to be the head coach of this football team. And so I was telling them in the huddle, the worst feeling in the world for me is having to look at our kids after a loss like that, because that's the worst feeling in the world for me, and I'm going to respond and I'm going to make it better.
You guys had a big loss against Goddard in the spring, kind of like this game, where you just had a bad game. Yeah. Just couldn't get anything going. Execution really poor, in every area of the game. But it seemed like it fired you guys up. You came back after that, and then you never looked back, and you ended up being in and playing in the bowl game and let's face it, really winning the state championship. So do you think that this game might have that effect on you?
Absolutely. It's just like I told them. Winning's like a drug, you're an addict. You love it, you want to win, and I want to win for them, but again, what happened tonight, that's not going to define who this football team is. This football team's a really good football team, and they want to be great. So I know that they'll respond tomorrow morning. We're going to look at it. We're going to learn from it. We're going to grow from it. And we got to get ready to go because we're playing a really good football team that goes 3 or 4 rounds deep every single year next week in Denver City. So I know they'll step up to the challenge and we'll get better as a football team.
All right, thanks for talking with us as always. Again, it's tough, when you take a loss like that, but again, when you see it as an opportunity for the growth. And then what's exciting is to see when they bounce back, and it makes it even sweeter then.
Absolutely. It's as much as this hurts them right now, and it hurts,
It's painful.
It's hard for them, but again, they're a resilient group, and so we're going to respond. I'm going to respond as the head coach. I know our coaching staff will respond. You'll see a better football team next week.
All right, we're excited, looking forward to that game. We'll be at Denver City with you. Thanks again, Coach. Good luck next week.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Don Morgan with Coach G in the coaches' conversation during the Devon Energy postgame show from here at Watson Stadium. We will take another 1-minute timeout, come back, and wrap this one up. This is Wildcat Football and the Devon Energy postgame show on Z94 KZOR. Back to your Devon Energy postgame show here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan Fieldside, 46-0 the final. Hobbs all over Lovington in this one to break the 2-year winning streak for the Lovington Wildcats. But we heard it in the coaches' conversation, Don. There's, not a lot of time to reflect on it. Head in tomorrow at 10 o'clock and then start getting ready for a trip into the Central Time Zone. Although just, like 20 miles next week, kind of like this week, over to Denver City. It's been a while since we've played over at Denver City. So, matter of fact, our first game with Coach G was in Denver City, 6 years ago. So we'll be on the air next Friday night, beginning, I believe, at around 6 o'clock for the Wildcat pregame show. The kickoff, or at 6:15. With the kickoff at 6:30. I'll double check that and keep an eye on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and our Facebook page. We'll have all the latest for you. So final thoughts on this one tonight, Dawn?
Well, you just take your lumps, you lick your wounds, you regroup, you learn, and you gather yourself up and move forward. And it sounds like that's the plan for Coach G and his team. I mean, what else can you do? It's a fanny kicking. You take it and you just shake your head and you say, you know what? This was not typical. This wasn't really us. But we're going to look and see what we can do. It's because if we run into this situation, this kind of team, this kind of an offense, this kind of defense that we have to counter, then what are we going to do next time? What are we going to do when we see that in order to execute better and get rid of our mistakes and play better as a team? And that's exactly what they're going to be working on and doing. I think they're going to have a very busy week, hopefully productive, game sort of team meetings and looking at the game film, and then also practices this week, and then get ready to turn out and look like Lovington Wildcats against Denver City next Friday.
And that is what we hope for. We'll be on the air next Friday night. Of course, best of luck to the Hobbs Eagles, too. Lea County team as they continue their season next week in Goddard. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on this one as the Hobbs Eagles just took it to our Wildcats tonight. Sometimes it's just not your night. For Evie Stuber and Monica Rogo in studio engineering and producing for Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Watson Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital, One Radio Square, and Z94 KZOR Sports. Have a great weekend, everybody, and remember, it is the 9/11 Remembrance. Good night, everybody.